About to start a meeting here. There's somebody online already. Welcome. Good to see you, even though I don't see you. Today's agenda, this Tuesday, 3 to 5 p.m. time slot here, local time. It's basically the time when I have a couple of weekly meetings, one with my social media guy and then the other one with the client. And again, with the full disclosure, if that client meeting gets personal, I might mute the line and obviously respect the client privacy about everything. But other than that, I'm going to keep the line open and see what's going on, so to say. I was out of town for half a day, actually maybe 20 hours at my vacation property. I'm at a phase in my business where even that feels hard. You know, it's crazy. Hey man, so you're the star today again. Do you mind? I'm doing a live.
No, yeah, go on.
I'm gonna put the microphone here in the middle, so I don't know if people can hear it a little better, but yeah. So what's going on with you?
Yeah, so there's like two things I want to discuss today. One for your video idea for TikTok.
Okay.
Okay, we've seen the one video where I showed you that it does way better than the others, right?
Yes, the one where I was walking by the river.
Yeah. Yeah. I think we do another version of that along with that one.
Okay.
Where you do like those green screen videos.
Okay.
So you take like a Reddit post or any question that people ask, and then you just try to answer them that is related to real estate.
Okay. Okay, I see what you mean. So I basically go and pick a hot topic, so to say, from, let's say, bigger pockets of Reddit forums, and then I answer a bunch of them, and we do a green screen type thing. So why do you say a TikTok video? You mean like just like it would be posted everywhere as a short, or specifically on TikTok, you mean?
Yeah, I said TikTok because that's what usually performs best on TikTok.
Okay.
Where you see this guy, he's recording on screen just like
Okay.
very raw video,
Yeah.
and then he just put up an image behind him.
Got it. Are you able to? So you're gonna do the green screen after the fact, right? Or how do I do it?
I think there's an effect in like TikTok where you can just put up the image there.
Oh, got it. So
So
when I record, or I mean like after the fact, post production, you mean?
I think you can set it up before you start recording.
Oh, okay, got it.
So I think it lets you choose an image, and then it will automatically put you in front of it.
Green screen.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay,
Yeah,
got
that's
it.
green screen. Yeah.
I think, by the way, I think YouTube Live has that too. I think I can do YouTube Live. I think there's a setting for that as well where I put myself in front of a green screen. I think so. Let me actually grab my notebook here. Hey, speaking of that, by the way, so tomorrow's, I'm gonna go to that property I mentioned, my vacation property. I'm gonna probably take this thing with me. That's what I meant with the portable whiteboard.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna record it there, depending on the lighting and whatnot conditions. But then I noticed that we have a short as well, right?
But yeah, I'm supposed to send it to you today.
Okay.
Yeah.
But
after this.
Okay, so you think that you can then uh, turn it around during the same day still tomorrow?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll try to then record first the short in the morning, and then I'll send it to you, and then I'll do the long, and then I'll send that to you as well later. And I'm gonna send you the script, by the way.
Okay.
Right now for tomorrow, the long video script. So if you have ideas for the hook here, so for everybody online, so what we're gonna do with Nelson here is this is what we always do. So I'm sending him my ideas, and then he's gonna come back to me with with his version of the. Let me see here. Here, there you go. So what did you think about the two-part idea for that short? I mean, for the long. You know what I mean? I mean, I don't know if you read that chat I had with AI regarding that. So there would be like the
Yeah.
one long video would be too much talking about the two parts of that, and then I was thinking that I would just break it down into two different videos, and then the first one would be about how to get customers, the other one would be how to deliver, and then that would be the kind of vertical value chain breakdown in more detail.
So the first video is like about finding deals, is it?
Yeah, so it's basically how so yeah, so I just sent you the script, but it's basically along those lines what I highlighted in that WhatsApp text to you. So
Okay,
it would so read it through and you'll get it. So because the whole idea, if you look at our content calendar for the next 30 days, so basically let me pull it up here. So the idea was to record a video, content name. If I started real estate business over again, this is how I would grow it, right? So then I started looking at it. So I was like, okay, how do I first simplify this? Business boils down to two things: how to get customers and how to deliver to the existing customers. Okay. Then I started drafting that. I was like, okay, this sounds pretty complex. There's a lot of stuff here. Would I be better off if I kind of divide it into two parts? So how to get customers and how to deliver to customers. So like make that a two-part video series where the first video would be about how to get customers, and that's the script that I just sent to you. And then the second part would be to how to deliver, and that would be more about the vertical value chain integration and work.
Okay.
See what I mean?
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. Yeah. Yeah, I think you should go do that. Yeah.
Yeah. But the one that I sent to you is the one I'm planning on recording tomorrow.
Okay. So you just send it to me, right?
Yeah, I just emailed it to you.
Okay.
Yeah, it should be in your inbox. So if you could look at the hook there and let me know. But you don't have to do it now. So
I mean, okay, and just looking at it. Yeah.
yeah, but you can send it back to me when you have the script. But so the tomorrow short, just to make sure I understand right. So do you think the tomorrow short that I record, is that like just a generic short, or is that the green screen thing that you just mentioned? Just to make sure I
No,
understand.
it's just a generic short.
Okay,
like
got it.
The one year like you did. Yeah.
Okay, got it. Okay.
Faster.
Yeah, got it. Okay. Any ideas as far as where you want me to record it?
I think around the same place. I think.
Oh, you outside? I mean, could it be just like anywhere? I mean, the property I'm going to is actually by the water, so it's actually I might be able to get a nice
Yeah, outside.
like
Yeah.
background, like
outside.
the sea, me overlooking or
Yeah.
me facing the sea or whatever. Okay, I'll do that. So you said there were two things you wanted to talk to me about. What was the other one?
Oh yeah. The other one was about the ad stuff that we're talking about.
Yeah.
So were you actually considering to run ads?
At some point, maybe. I don't know if the timing is right now, but I'm thinking, because if you think about the playbook of like creating organic social media first, and then because this is all about storytelling. People don't want. I mean, if you look at this, but if you look at the so-called traditional print, TV, radio, I mean, it's like all about like, okay, buy this, 2 for 1 or whatever type thing. But what works on social media is stories. I mean, like, and the real advertising is kind of hidden there. It's like in the form of storytelling. So this is what Gary Vaynerchuk always talks about, that, hey, well, do a lot of volume, figure out what works. And when you have those so-called quote unquote viral videos that did a lot better than the other videos, then turn that into an ad, so to say, put some money behind that one, and maybe record or add a different CTA in the end. Instead of just ending it the way we ended it, maybe we just like add a text there in the end saying, okay, well, contact me, you know what I mean, like a real CTA, so to say, ad like CTA. I'm just saying that would probably be the way to go as well for us going forward. I don't know if we want to do it now. I was just throwing the idea out there.
Yeah. So I was thinking, like, because if you run ads now, it might be like faster for you to get, clients stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we can do it. I mean, I just haven't looked into it that much. I think Facebook ads would be one. I mean, we could do Instagram, we could YouTube. I mean, I can promote the ones on YouTube that I would select. That's what I did back. I had put a few $100s, remember, last year into that kind of into promoting the videos. So that's something that could be done again. But then we need to see, okay, do we just promote the existing video, or do we promote a short, or what do we do?
I think not promote it, but actually like creating, like promoting the post is like a different thing compared to actually running ads, I think.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
when you're posting a post, So because I agree with you that about the Gary Vayner stuff that you said about, because ads evolved now where people are more like, they hate when they get sold to, So when you run ads on like TikTok or Facebook, it's more like how good are you at connecting with them through your own stories, and if they see themselves in your story, then that's when they'll take action and stuff.
I agree. Yeah. So the other interesting thing that's happening right now is that I get a lot of people connect with me a lot now. I mean, over the last, I would say 2 weeks, week and a half. I mean, literally, this is like coming daily. And that's not really the important part. I think there's a couple of elements to that. So I'm asking, okay, why now? And I think it's a good sign. And this is the people who can't, I mean, I'm not talking about leads. I'm talking about content people, social media people, SEO people. You know what I mean? This is the recurring theme now. Okay, so hey, we're watching. So and the recurring theme is this. Okay, hey, there's a discrepancy between your number of subscribers and the number of views you get. Okay, we know this, right? I mean, and we know for the most part what the reasons are. I mean, like I'm talking about different stuff now compared to what my original audience, why they joined my cold community, and also my 1 or 2 viral videos, gave me maybe a much bigger audience than what I would have or should have deserved at that point, right? Okay. And since there was some promotion money behind those, so I got maybe more than I should have got in the beginning. Okay, we know that. But I think the interesting thing is that, okay, why is it now popping up more than, let's say, a month ago? I think the reason there is, which is good news in my opinion, is that maybe the videos are better as far as more on point, a more narrow niche as far as what I talk about, and I think that resonates maybe better. I think that's a good thing, that there's more potential. The other thing that pops up all the time, and again, this is the dangerous part, that we need to understand what's signal, what's noise, right? And I think if it was just 1 or 2 guys saying this, but it's like pretty much everybody who contacts me saying that, okay, well, the number one thing you're missing is SEO. So look at your titles, look at this, look at that. And of course, we can go back and forth as far as, how to do SEO optimization. But I think there's something behind it. I think it would be foolish for us to ignore that completely, because I don't think it's likely that so many people get it wrong. And I think that's the big theme for us going forward, pushing ourselves, challenging ourselves. Okay, how do we do SEO in the best possible way, given my content, given my audience, given the situation we are in? Just wanted to throw it out there that I think we need to, challenge the status quo and see, okay, how can we find different ways to do that better and in a more effective way?
Okay.
That's how I read it between the lines. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Because there's a reason why everybody says the same thing. See? In my opinion.
Okay. So we'll look into SEO more.
I think we need to. I think we ultimately need to. But let me ask you this. So you much more into this as far as the analytics of the existing videos. Do you think, I mean, if you look at the one we just posted, is it doing better or is it doing worse? Or how are you rating it compared to the other ones?
Looking at the numbers, it said it did a little worse than usual. I mean, about the same as usual. But the average view duration was a little lower. But I'm not sure what to say about this, because this is the most views we get in around like 24 hours since our new content, like a week ago.
What's the percentage of
So
what, I mean, I don't know if YouTube is giving this, I should probably know, but what's the percentage of, I mean, if you look at the percentage, if you look at the absolute minutes, of course, it depends on the duration of the video. See what I mean? So if you, let's say on average, if the duration, the view duration is 20%, you know what I mean? I think that would be much more telling, in my opinion, as far as what's the average percentage of the duration of the video that people watch it. You know what I mean? Rather than the absolute numbers.
yeah, it did show here. It's 16.5%.
Oh, okay. It's also in percentage. Okay, because the shortcut thing, when you have to look at my mobile app, is just giving the minutes there.
Yeah, it's just giving. If you look at in your desktop, it shows the percentage.
Okay, how is the percentage compared to the average?
It didn't. I mean, on the graph, it just shows the minutes, but on the other, let me just show you.
Okay.
So if you look at this,
Yeah.
so in the graph, it just shows the minutes.
Yeah,
but
yeah, I got it.
in this other container.
Yeah. There. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. What is my average percentage for average percentage viewed for all
Okay, so
videos?
show
Analytics, content, because that one was 16.5%.
Yeah, so these videos,
Yes.
2 minutes and 29.
Okay, but yeah, what's that in percentage? Do we know that? Because that duration of the videos, that varies. I don't think we see it, right?
Nah, wait. Let me try finding it here.
Yeah, it's. I was thinking if there you go.
Yeah.
Where is it now?
19%.
Oh, okay, so it is below average. Okay. Interesting.
But it's compared to last 28 days. So if you want to see a lifetime, yes,
21.8.
21%. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Interesting. I think you're doing better job with the editing. I think it's more natural now when you cut it, when you cut me short, so to say, which flows better. I think that's good, and I like the simple visuals. And I think that the key thing is that if I don't have that whiteboard, is to focus on the relevant visuals. You know, I think that's because then that plays a major role. Obviously, if I paint I mean, like if I draw something on the whiteboard, I think that should be the primary visual, right? So we don't have conflicting sets of visuals for the viewer. But other than that, I think it's good that then in that case we just like go more bare bones, like just highlighting maybe the top things and like just the keywords more than when I don't have the whiteboard at all. So
I think maybe because it did a little worse, maybe because it's not exactly what someone would be looking for.
Yeah.
Because it's like you sharing your lessons that you learned throughout your real estate investing career.
Yeah.
And then something that they search for. Yeah.
I think one thing we can maybe work more on is the title itself, and see how we can find that niche that's not that not many people are using that exact same title, so that we find something that has a really good connection with the pain, with the problem, and I think that's where the search, keyword search comes into play. You know what I mean, in YouTube. So when you type when we type the exact title, so what pops up? What's the competition like? You know what I mean? Because then you can see in the results when you click on that, YouTube is showing you then in how many different search results that particular phrase appears in.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay, yeah, we'll do that.
I think that's something that becomes really crucial. So like for this upcoming one now, what did I put in did it come through, by the way?
Yeah, if I started over in real estate, yes, I would
obviously that's too long. Obviously that's too long. Let me see if I can do that. Let me see if I can do that. So like if, okay, so let me share this now. Share screen. Your entire screen. Share. So basically, if I type the whole thing the way it is there now, these are the search results I'm getting. The first one. So this is where that vidIQ extension comes into play. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's showing you how many views per hour this guy is getting. Outlier score. Learn if a video is outperforming the channel's average. You know what I mean? So it's like, basically it's telling you that this guy, you know, what I would do if I started over as a new real estate agent, okay? How I would get into real estate today if I could start over. Here's how I would start over. Okay, so I don't know if there's a lot of competition. If I had to start over, here's what I would do. The problem with this one is it doesn't tell you what industry. But my gut is already telling me that that this is not a very good topic or title for us. If I were starting, this is kind of similar to. Then we look at like how they are performing and how many views per hour they are getting on average. So here you see kind of like the overall score, low, volume, competition. According to this, it has low competition, highest views, average views.
Yeah.
You know.
But I heard that the score is like misleading.
Somewhat, yeah. That's what people say, that the score, you don't need to look at that, but but I think that what you rely on is actually what you see yourself. When you type in the search here, you see what kind of results there are.
Yeah.
And I think what we probably need to do, I don't know, this is just me thinking out loud, is that would it make sense to just like try different titles? So let's say like the existing one now. So what if this was different? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay, so you want to try out like.
I don't know if I want to. I'm just like talking out loud. I'm just, you know, seeing what kind of things we come up together. But I don't know.
So it's we can actually, you know, actually the last video that after we changed the title, I think it did like a lot better, a bit better. I mean.
Which one was it?
The previous video. Where
the one before that.
Yeah. What I mean, the flip versus hold video.
Yeah. How did we? What did we do, by the way, to change that?
We just added like real estate.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
It was in the beginning. It was which model.
Correct.
Real faster. Yeah.
Correct. And I think that's clear evidence that having the right title and the terms as part of that title makes a big difference.
Yeah, it makes a big difference.
So do me a favor and play with the topic a little bit here with AI.
Okay.
Go back and forth and see, and you know what I mean by this stuff, like, you know, copying the copying the,
I know.
you know what I mean, and then copying pasting the whole transcript, and then using the title and asking, going back and forth on that stuff.
Yeah, I actually do that every video.
Yeah. Okay, that's good. But I think we need to just like just keep this in mind, this SEO part. And I think we have already seen, like you said, that when we added real estate instead of model, because it makes perfect sense. People don't know what model is. It could be just anything. But once you add the right terms there, real estate instead of just a generic model, it makes it so much more specific. and that helps when people are using the search for whatever stuff.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so what else comes to mind?
Oh yeah, about the landing page. You
Yeah.
asked about the headline.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't able to give an answer yesterday because I was so confused, like of so many possibilities of
Okay.
headlines you can write.
Okay.
So yeah, it's just
That's that's okay. I mean, it's just
headline.
like I don't expect you to change it right away if I have an idea. I'm just like more like okay, throwing it out there because my intuition was, my gut feeling was that okay, it can be more simple. So it's still to me a little long, a little complex to understand. So maybe I was like, I think it adds value, the sentence the way it is, but maybe that could be your subheadline, and maybe the headline itself could be just a little more simple.
Yeah, but I'm afraid that it will lose like this the specificity of the words. Yeah. We have to take into account of what are the things they are most aware of when they first visit the website. Yeah.
Okay, so you looking at it from the perspective of what's the thing that they are most aware of as far as the pain goes or the feeling goes, right?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
so I think this is a fundamental question. Is it so the first thing that somebody has in their mind, a prospect, potential customer, when they visit your landing page, is it the thing that they struggle with, or is it the dream outcome? Because I was looking at it more from the dream outcome perspective. So if you look at the headline suggestion I gave you, I think it was more like a dream outcome, a simplified dream outcome, right? And you looking at it more like, okay, so what's the pain I'm dealing with? And how can I clearly make sure that this person can identify with that pain?
Yes.
I don't know what the right answer is. I don't, I'm just thinking that maybe the dream outcome, again, just how I look at it. Maybe I would want to highlight the dream outcome and right after that say, okay, well, here's the pain you're dealing with. Let's help you get there by making it twice as easy, doing it at half the time, and making it risk-free.
Yeah.
But we can try like this and keep going. But the problem is that we're not generating a lot of leads right now. You know what I mean? So it's like, but I think it's going to be fixed when we have the views go up. So if I look at the big picture, okay, what's signal right now? I think the signal is to get the views up, and then regardless of the landing page, we'll get our share of leads. So I think the landing page is of second priority. I think the first priority is to get the view count up or the duration up, meaning, you know what I mean? And then the first thing I can come up with is that we just improve our SEO first and foremost. That's how I look at it.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
As far as taking a complex problem and trying to simplify it, what's the first priority?
Yeah, volume definitely, yes.
Yeah.
We're not actually getting enough volume right now, so
Correct.
It's very hard to determine.
Correct. So it doesn't matter what the landing page says if the volume is not fixed.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, so the one thing we need to improve with our videos is SEO.
Yes, I think so.
Right.
I think that's the only thing right now what we can do to make sure that and it could be that we don't do it by going more broad. We do it by staying specific, and then the view might not be, increasing the views might not be what we thought it would be, but it's increasing it within that specific narrow niche. See what I mean? So that the quality of the views is better, even if the absolute number of views isn't what, like in tens of thousands. You know what I mean? I think that's how I would look at it.
Yeah, but actually we're getting quite a number of page views, even though we're getting only like less than 100 something views from each video.
Okay, well that's good.
Yeah.
So that would mean that the ones who view actually they click a lot, right?
Yeah, I want to show you the stats real quick.
Yeah.
So this is what we see right now. Page views 55 and uniques are basically like how many devices, access the landing page.
Do me a favor, make it
So
a little
they have
bigger.
29.
Can you make it a little bigger?
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah. So this is the one actually. Yeah.
Okay.
So this one is just me.
Yeah.
Testing out.
Oh, I'm sorry. So explain it to me one more time. So what's the unique view?
Unique views are like how many devices
Oh, got it.
access the
Okay,
landing
got it.
page.
Yeah, got it. Okay.
It is all and uniques. One device access many times.
Correct. Understood.
You could say that maybe they are considering,
Yes.
they load the page twice or thrice.
Yes.
So, yeah.
And what's the duration of this? Oh, it's from 1 day, right?
Yeah. No.
No. 5. No, hold up.
Hold up. Okay. Yeah.
So there was that 5. Oh, month. Okay.
1 day. Yeah. Month.
Yeah. Okay. Yep.
This is the Google Analytics. So yeah.
Oh.
A lot of them are from Finland and US.
Interesting. Yeah, those are the primary countries right now. Interesting.
Yeah.
So what was the first source of data? This is Google is.
This is go high level.
Oh, okay.
So they just show this very basic data.
Yeah.
Basically the most important things.
Yeah.
This one is more detailed.
Yeah.
I basically took like a code of this Google Analytics stuff. I put it inside the landing page so it could track everything.
Understood. Yeah, understood. Interesting. So I don't know who's online. So we're basically going through my content stuff, putting together, brainstorming as far as how to get the view count up and looking at conversion rates and whatnot. Because ultimately, the thing is to get the conversion numbers up, right? So it's like, it's so much easier to convert better than create more attention, right?
Yeah. But as far as the landing page, I think it's pretty good actually. Like we're all right with the landing page. Just have to get the numbers up first.
Yeah, probably. Okay, so yeah, go ahead.
Unless you wanna, that's what I was thinking about the ads as well. If you wanna, get more volume, we can lead people into the landing page. But of course, there's a lot more like complex stuff involved. But I think that's, that we will do it later on.
Okay, so if we put money behind any of this stuff, what would you do? So would you promote a video type promotion stuff, or would you create specific Google ads that show up on Facebook? You know what I mean? Like just like it's more like a traditional ad. Would you look, or would you do the organic route that's turned into an ad by having a different CTA in the end, for instance?
Yeah, that one. Like maybe you're not just solely taking like something and then add the CTA. We will try to create specific content based on the frameworks of the content that have worked before, and then see how it converts or something. There's a lot of things that involve, like every platform is different.
Correct.
And that is why, especially when it comes to Facebook, even now they're how they push their ads is now different than what it used to be like 2 years ago, 3 years ago.
But my gut says that if we were to put money behind any of these pieces of content or create ads, my intuition says that it would need to be Facebook. YouTube, where all of my leads have come from traditionally anyhow. So that's where, we know that those potential clients are there. They are on YouTube. They want to consume that content where I try to educate, inform, help, whatever. So I would find it easier to believe that that's where you find also those people, in the most effective way who want to become my clients, or you know what I mean?
Yeah. So YouTube, maybe YouTube or Facebook.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
And then the question is, okay, if you want to put money behind something, do you put that money behind a video that does better, like the long form video, and then we kind of like try to promote the website visits, which you can choose there when you kind of like do like number of subscribers, website visits, or like whatever call to action, or whatever the three options they have as far as how to promote it. And that's something we could do, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Is there a way to separate like the ads we run and from the channel it comes from,
I don't know.
so that it doesn't affect our organic metrics?
I don't think so. I think that's the problem, that it's messing it up, because then you don't see, then that video is gone, so to say. Then you don't know how it does. But I think that's why you do it first, such that you wait for the thing to do well, a lot better than anything else, and then you put money behind that. The same way the focus video did. That's why I got so many leads out of it. It was the exact same playbook. It did organically well. Then I put a few $100s behind it over the course of a couple of months, and then I got so many leads out of that. I think that would be the playbook for so like all of this stuff too. So if we hopefully get soon a video that does a lot better than everything else, then we can talk about it. It's like, do we put $50 or $100 behind that video and then promote that? Because we have a this is the thing, we have a proof of concept that it did organically well. And then we don't have to guess, because many people say that. I mean, I've talked to business owners, they say, well, social media marketing doesn't work. It's like, okay, so, because they automatically assume that all ads are created equal. It's like, no, fuck no. It's like any other piece of content. It's like, sometimes it does well, sometimes it doesn't do well. But once you have proof of concept, and here we wouldn't even like tweak it anyway. We would just promote it more so that people see organically. There is no CTA. There's nothing. Maybe the only thing we do in the descriptions, we highlight the, click this, link and book the time with me or whatever more. I don't know. Maybe even not even that. But then whatever did well organically is now going to do better, like under the boost, so to say, under that paid promotion, because it already has the legs to live a life on its own.
Yeah.
I think that's the thing.
Okay.
But what do I know?
Okay. Okay, I think I see it now. Okay, so the thing we'll focus on is like the video and SEO stuff first.
Yeah.
I know we need to do more research on the keywords.
Yes. Titles.
And then
competition.
Because once we do that well, the views take care of themselves.
Yes. And that becomes IP that does then, creates views all the time. And don't be afraid. I would give you I think you can go back and, change the titles or the descriptions of any of the existing videos anytime. I think we need to do that. If we see that it doesn't take off or get the views or the durations, then we just tweak it right away. We don't wait for a week. We wait for 2 days, maybe max, and then we tweak it,
Okay, yeah.
I think that the reaction right away. Not too early, probably, but I'm guessing 48 hours is going to give us enough evidence, right?
I'm not sure about that, because what I'm worried about is after we change it, does it push immediately with the new title, or?
I don't think it's going to push. I don't know anything, but what I think is that I don't think it's going to push anything. But if anything, what it's going to do is that then when people are looking for certain pieces of content, then it has easier way to find itself in the eyes or in front of the eyes of those people using those exact same or those search words and phrases that are more relevant to the content of the video. So I think the only thing we do is that we're just trying to put the right sticker or better sticker or label on the box, on the shelf of the grocery store, so that people, it catches their eye better. Or change the location or the height of what shelf does it sit on? Is it, we know that when you go to a grocery store, the prime piece of real estate is always like at
at the eyeball level. Nobody wants to be at the lowest shelf. I mean, you don't fucking find anything there. You don't go there because you just want to like, when I go and find that desperately, whatever, I'm like, I'm always at this level, right? I think that's what we are doing with the titles and the packaging as well, that we just want to make sure that it's at that level where people see it better. When they need something, when I need that pasta sauce, I want to make sure that the pasta sauce, if I wanted to sell something through, it's like at that level where people are. Average height's 175 or whatever, 5'10", that's where I want to have my pasta sauce, and not there or not there. I think the same with the video. If our packaging is in perfect alignment with the message and what people need, then the only thing I think YouTube does is that I don't think it's going to push anything. I think it's just going to show up better.
Yeah, correct. I agree.
But again, these are just my thoughts.
I actually agree. Yeah, I agree.
Okay, so the plan so just maybe one more thing at least. So do we need to make any changes to the content calendar for the 30-day thing? I'm just looking at the longs now mostly. So the first one I'm going to do tomorrow, the long form. If I started a real estate business over again, that's the part 1. And when you look at the script, do you think it's good to do the teaser in the end about part 2? And if yes, does it make sense to record part 2 back to back with part 1? Meaning, would then the August 10 long be the part 1 of August 7? I mean, part 2 of August 7.
Yeah, true. Yeah. So if you're doing like 2 parts, we need to change it.
Yeah, I mean, I think I can just adjust it. I'm just thinking out loud. I mean, that's fine. But think about that. And then I can just push the other ones back, because it doesn't matter what dates there. I mean, I can do the how I manage 20 plus rental properties. I can do it later. I can do it on August 14 instead of 10. That doesn't matter to me one bit, because the 1031 anyhow we need to replace with something else, because I already told you that I don't have the needed experience to talk about 1031 exchanges. I've never done a single transaction there, so I can't talk about stuff like that.
Yeah. So yeah, I think it's good enough for the script now, and you can ask them to to stay tuned for
the part 2. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, makes sense. Makes sense. Okay, yeah. If you could look at it and send me the hook that you think that works, and look at the title. And then we need to do the short, right? Tomorrow.
Okay. Yeah.
So I need to record 2 videos tomorrow.
I'll send over the short script for tomorrow shortly.
Yeah. Perfect. Okay, I will send 2 videos back to you tomorrow then.
Okay. Right. Thanks.
Okay. Anything else?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
That's it.
Okay. Thanks a lot.
Right, thanks.
Talk to you later.
All right, bye.
Okay. Thanks. Bye. Okay. What do we have online? Yeah, that was a conversation with my social media guy. He's from Malaysia. I'm now in Finland, so we have a 5-hour time difference. I mean, this is our weekly Tuesday call that we do. We go over, as you heard, I don't know if you were able to capture any of that stuff, but I think this is something, I mean, this is very, I mean, this could be, I don't know what business you're representing, or if you have a business at all, but so basically the whole idea is that if I look at business, to me it boils down to 3 parts. First, I need to create attention. And for me, how do I create attention? That's marketing and promoting yourself, right? How do I create attention? I create long YouTube videos. That's how I create attention. Then the second part is that how do I convert that attention? And that's why you heard the conversation about the landing page. How can I make a simple enough landing page that when people watch my video, then I talk about it's a CTA, call to action. Okay, maybe in the beginning after the hook, which I'm like capturing everybody's attention. So in these short form platforms, let's say TikTok and Instagram, you have on average 3 seconds to get people's attention. According to studies, you maybe have 6 to 8 seconds on YouTube. So you gotta those are the most important words, and that's the most important part of the video. How do you make sure that people feel that, okay, this is relevant to me? It's worth my time to keep watching. Okay, so that's the hook. After that, I might do another CTA. So hey, yeah, if you want help, so click this description or whatnot. And then comes the message part, the beef, right? And then after that, another CTA in the end where I'm like, okay, so again, if you need help, I have a free strategy call and session with you. But the whole idea of the video is to create attention. Let people know I exist. And then after that, they visit my landing page, which is basically a fancy word for my just website now. That's a simplified version of it. And there's a button you press and it's like, okay, click this or book this call with me. And so that's how, using that landing page and how it's structured and whatnot, that's how you convert that attention. So first you create the attention, then you convert it, and then after that you deliver. Meaning, deliver would be that I have a meeting with somebody and I try to help them, and maybe after that, if they want to work with me, then they become my clients. So, and I usually, what I do with my clients, is I always tell them that, look, risk-free, money-back guarantee. So first 4 weeks anyhow free, then be willing to, you're more than happy to walk away if you don't think this is going to help you, but there's nothing for you to lose. So make the offer so good that it's almost impossible to say no to it. And I try to make sure that people understand that, look, first and foremost, I'm just trying to help. If it ends up being a win-win for both of us, I get something out of it, you get something out of it, then good. But if you just want to have a 30-minute chat with me or the first 4 weeks and walk away, more than happy to do it. But so most of this stuff that we do with Nelson is just related to that. How do we make sure that the videos perform? And there's just like, it's crazy how fierce the competition is on YouTube. There's so much supply, and there's obviously demand too, but there are so many content creators, and this never-ending debate inside your own head about, am I early or am I delusional? About, am I really good enough to be able to create my content in a certain way that it creates enough attention? I know I can help most people. That I don't have a doubt in my mind about that. But of course, this is a different game in a way, where you are creating that attention on social media. But that was that conversation. Now in 13 minutes, I have a meeting with my client, and we'll see. Like I said, if I have to mute, then I mute, because I respect his privacy. We had an open client session last week where Gerardo, who's the guy who's going to be joining us in a sec, didn't mind the fact that people were able to listen in on that conversation. So, but I'm more than happy to take questions now if there's any that I can help you with while I'm waiting for my client to show up. Go ahead, feel free to ask anything you want. Yeah, we just, for those of you who have just joined, just had a chat with my weekly meeting with my content guy, social media guy. He's the one who puts together my calendar, my 30-day plan for new content. I publish 2 long videos per week, together with the shorts and whatnot, carousel posts and LinkedIn posts on top of that. But everything is evolving around those 2 long videos that I do, and then we create. That's how I try to, like I said, deliver my message, talk about the stuff that I'm passionate about, document my life, talk about what I've done, what I do, and then see if that's something that people are interested in. That's it. And these lives are just my way of taking people behind the scenes, showing you what I do on a daily basis when I don't record videos. So that's it. So any questions? Go ahead, let me know. Do you disagree? Feel free to say. That's fine. You don't have to agree with me. I usually start my days. I had my last live on Sunday. It's Tuesday now. And I think what I'm going to do going forward is that I'm going to have
more of these pre-announced, scheduled, whatever you want to call them, lives. And I think it makes more sense. People are able to, I'm going to let them know what's happening, when I'm going to be live, and then maybe I have more to talk about as well, instead of doing it like every day, which I did in the beginning. And now it's, what did I say, Tuesday? So maybe I do my next on Thursday, Friday, and then a weekend again. So at least maybe 3 or 4 a day would be good, I think. So that's how I look at it. Keeps me busy, but this is actually easy because I can just be here and talk about stuff, and I don't have to worry about post-production. But of course, then after the fact, I try to put the right title there as far as what I talked about, what was going on, so that people, if they are looking for content, they, like we just talked about, like we talked to Nelson about that, you know, it's all about making sure that people find the videos, that your title is on point, your description of the video is relevant compared to what the message of the video is, and so forth, so that the whole packaging is there. Thank you. You're welcome, Jay. Fuck, I broke my pen. Yeah. And I think the point is that we first need to understand what the clients or the customers suffer from. And that's why you maybe heard me talk to Nelson about, when people come to my landing page, are they approaching me from the perspective of pain, or are they approaching me or any other service provider or company from the perspective of the dream outcome, meaning what do I want to achieve? And now Nelson has put together the landing page such that it's actually first and foremost, okay, pain driven. Okay, here are the emotions, here are the feelings of those people who feel that they are stuck. What do they want to achieve? Maybe grow their business, do this and that, and then these are the feelings that they are dealing with right now. And then how do we solve it? My recommendation to him, I wanted to challenge him a little bit, was that, okay, do we talk about the pain first, or do we talk about what they want to achieve, like the dream outcome? Thank you for replying. You're welcome. So yeah, I think that's just a different perspective. I don't know if my intuition says that it needs to be the dream outcome, and then you can justify the dream outcome. It's more positive. Then you justify the dream outcome by highlighting how you deliver that, and then you connect with the audience by understanding this is the pain you're suffering from, or these are the feelings you have right now. I think that might be the way to go. But the reason why we didn't change that, maybe you heard that, was that I told him that, look, we need to understand what's today's signal, what's noise. And I think the number one thing is to make sure that we package the videos better, we have better titles, we have better thumbnails, we have better descriptions, so that people find them better. And then we get the good views up, the engagement up, the duration of the view duration up, and then I think the landing page becomes a second priority. That's why we don't just like focus a lot of time on that. It would be so easy for me to try to boil the ocean. I know there's so many different problems or challenges with me, or with the content, or with the packaging, or everything, but we can't just do everything all at once. We just have to fight the right fights at the right time. That's how I look at it. Because it's so easy to just like highlight every problem and try to solve all of them, but it doesn't work that way. It just doesn't work that way. The hardest thing in life is to say no to stuff. The stuff that you know exists, the stuff that you know that's out there that needs to be taken care of. But knowing that I can only be good at one thing at a time, or I can really, really put my 100% focus on very selected items at any given time. And then what are those things? And that's how I start my day nowadays. I ask myself, what's today's signal? And then once I know that, everything else becomes noise. And the signal can't be 15 things. It can be maybe 2 or 3 things. Maybe it's sometimes just one thing. My throat is a little sore. Hopefully I don't get sick. Usually every time I get a cold, it starts with the sore throat.
Interesting. Interesting. I load up on vitamin C, zinc, D, whatever I have when I get back home. So I get kind of like an overdose of vitamin C, not an overdose because it's you peed out. You can't get an overdose, but like, I don't know, 5 to 6 grams of vitamin C the first day when I feel the symptoms, and then usually I can make it milder on, or even sometimes just make that cold go away with that. It actually works for me. Trust me. Okay, so 5 more minutes. I'm gonna have Gerardo online. Like I said, let's see if he is. If he's available there soon. He had a tough yesterday. I tell him, and I tell all my clients, look, you can reach out to me anytime. And Gerardo has been really good. I mean, we've been working on he's a real estate investor, and he's trying to grow his business. And when your pipeline is dry, when it comes to new deals and opportunities, then we need to always promote and market more. It's very simple. That's his number one thing that he has to focus on. And cold calling has been the thing. So he has his list of contacts, people who are either absentee owners, meaning people who own properties in a different state, for instance, or I told him to actually widen the scope a little bit to those people who have a lot of equity as well, because they would be in a position to sell at a discount. And now he's been making calls. The goal has been to make a minimum of 100 calls a day. Doesn't mean that everybody picks always up. But yesterday he had a tough day. He reached out to me late my time last night, and we went back and forth a little bit. And I told him to look, just ask yourself, what's the smallest step you can take today? You feel like shit, that's fine. You know, understand that not every day is your perfect day, your best day. But then just ask yourself, what's the smallest step I can take? Like the tiniest little thing, just take that action. And trust the fact that your feelings will be fixed by taking actions. And I think he was able to get in a better mood, not because of me, but because of what he did himself. And my job is to basically just push him, hopefully in the right way, hold him accountable. And then sometimes we need that reassurance. That's fine. That's how we all are. We're not here. There's a reason why we're not here alone. We need other people around us. So 3 more minutes. I'm going to start the call with him by asking if he's okay with this. And if he's not, then my apologies. I'm going to just have to mute or end the call because, like I said, he's a paying client. That's a priority. But last week he was fine with that. So maybe he's just okay talking to you guys as well. I expect him to be, but we'll still ask, just out of respect, of course. Yeah, I'm here in the office right now. I came back from my vacation property. I was there for 1 night. Last night, came back today, went home, just ate a little bit, came straight back to the office, and then tomorrow I'm going to drive back to that property, and I'm going to take this big ass, call it portable whiteboard with me, and take it there and record probably in a new environment so that I can get a different visual environment instead of just doing it always the same way. That's my goal. But I have a lot of prep to do tomorrow because I need to record 2 videos. There's a short and there's a long. It's gonna be an interesting day. It's all good. It's all good. It is all good. Let's actually, I'm gonna call him or start mine. Let me see here. Where did I go? Here, my calendar. I'm going to start the meeting already. See if he's available. Not yet. Anyhow, whoever's in line, if you have any questions, let me know. Nobody right now? That's fine. Yeah, it's just whoever just online, I'm just waiting for my client to join us, and then we'll see how we can move forward. In the meantime, just killing time here. Just had a meeting with my social media manager that ended a couple of minutes ago, and then now hopping right into that next call. I'm planning on having these Tuesday afternoons. Probably gonna host a live every time, like a 2-hour long live, and then see how it turns out. I think I did last week too. I think it was good. I think it was very good. So waiting for my client to join, and then we're gonna get started, and you guys can listen in on the conversation we have, and you get to hear how I coaching, what kind of topics we go through and talk about, and that's it. Right now, a couple of minutes of silence, and then go from there. Just looking at seeing if there is any. Sheesh. I don't know what I did here. Huh. Interesting. Hey, what's going on, man?
Oh,
You there?
yeah,
How's it going?
good. Just trying to restart my computer before it started, and then it just kind of froze on me. And I tried to just open it up to see if my camera would open up, and it was just taking forever to restart. So when I tried to check my camera again, it just restarted my whole computer.
No worries. Hey, full disclosure, are you okay if I have my live on? So just tell me if we mute it or do it more private today.
If I just wanted to talk to you about something real quick.
Yeah.
Before.
But we don't have to keep it live. I always tell people that,
No.
it's like something I mute, I end, because this is a priority between me and you. So it's like, but.
Yeah, no, I just want to mention something, and then we can start the live.
Yeah, okay, go. Let me mute for a little bit. Let me mute.
Okay.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah, okay, so yeah, like I said in the beginning, if there's private stuff, I mute the line. So we talked about something with Gerardo, and that's, the way it goes. So this is always a priority. But yeah, we back live, so to say. So what's going on? You had another question?
So there's, I think I've mentioned there's a guy in Columbus, which is an hour away from here, that I've been going to a lot of his meetups.
Yep.
And I think I told you that he remembers me by name or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And I try to go to all the meetups. I think there's going to be one tomorrow that
Yep.
I'm going to go to. And he posted yesterday
Yep.
that he says we're hiring position junior acquisition role, create leads through cold calling for our sales team to close. Expectations in the office in Columbus, Ohio, at least 4 hours a day. Must be a hungry individual, no experience needed, only the mindset to learn and grow. You'll be in my office seeing the inside of a wholesaling company that will do 100 plus deals this year. Sales training, real life experience, and access to me and my resources. Pay is negotiable. We can mentor, or you can get paid hourly. So, I've always thought, and I don't know if I think Gary Vee also talked about that you want to be around the people that are doing kind of like how I reached out to you, and just learn, and I just wanted to run that by you. It's like, it's scary for me to think even to go. I mean, obviously, I would want to go just to get mentored. I wouldn't even want to get paid. So I would just offer them like, hey, just I want to be able to help whichever anyway, and then if I get a deal, whatever, then we can talk about getting paid or whatever. But the fact that I wanted to talk to you about it is because when I saw that, it scared me. You know.
And
to
you know,
think about,
you're familiar with the fact that what scares you and what is it that you're avoiding is that's the thing that you should consider doing or do. You know what I mean?
right,
Yeah.
right,
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I mean, I think the
it's
thing.
gonna be a sacrifice.
Yeah, it's gonna be a sacrifice. I think, but I'm not saying it's a bad idea. I think the question is, um, I think we talk about learning. So obviously, how do I get better? If I want to get better results, if I want to go from point A to point B, you're obviously smart to understand that you need to take certain steps and change your behavior. And now the question is, okay, I think the question in my mind is that do you learn the most by being mentored by somebody else who does a lot of wholesaling, as training a lot of people, or do you learn more by just doing it yourself and tweaking it as you go, and maybe watching videos and you know what I mean, like doing it that way. Ultimately, I think it's up to you. Uh, I'm not saying what you should do. I think I can only tell you what I probably would do in your shoes, which is that I would probably keep doing it by myself because I think the challenge might be that, as you know, he's looking for junior guys who don't really get paid that well, and it would be hard for you to turn a new deal into a deal of your own because you would want to own it. And maybe that's not even your agenda in the beginning. You just want to get a script, get mentored and whatnot. If that's something, go. If you're unsure, go and talk to him and say, here's what I'm thinking. I still want to run my own business. I still want to get my own deal flow and find my own opportunities. But do you think maybe there's another way how you could like help each other out? You know what I mean? So could somebody here help me? Could I come and watch you guys do this and then in exchange for a certain type of a deal? You know what I mean? Because I think you are much more seasoned than you might think you are, and I think you are much more seasoned compared to the guys who will be starting there. I'm not sure if you would be learning from the other guys that much. You would learn from the guys who would be mentoring you, and maybe if you know him, he calls you by name. You know what I mean. You've been talking to him, so go and reach out to him. I would do it this way instead of just maybe not considering the position itself. I would just looking at it from the perspective of, hey, I wanted to help you out. You know what I mean? So in exchange for that, what is it that you need? Is there anything that I can do for you? Because I would like to get better at this thing, which I like the fact that you think this way. It felt hard. So how can I do more of it? That's beautiful. But maybe there's another way how you can get more out of it instead of get dragged into that, you know what I mean, like junior level stuff. See what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. I yeah. So I feel like my ego would normally say no automatically to this because of that junior part.
Yeah.
So let me add a little bit more context. Like
Yeah.
this whole weekend, I've been like, I'm like my cousin. He works for AT&T.
Yeah.
And I've been like when I went down there to San Diego, I saw
Yeah.
that he was working, and I met one of his coworkers that just got hired. He was a young, like 23, 24-year old guy, and the job just, it seems fun and chill,
Yeah.
and you're not dealing with customers.
Yeah.
So I was just like, man, I should look to see if they have jobs,
Yeah.
right? Because right now it's like the beginning of the month,
Yeah.
my bills are stacking up,
Yeah.
you know. And I'm like, dude. And then I sold a VCR
Yeah.
that I had here on eBay,
Mm.
and I had a bunch of stuff that I hadn't listed that I purchased. And I'm like, man, like I think if I put all this effort that I'm putting into cold calling into, and this is just what my mind is running by, right? All these
Yeah.
different, because these are going to give me money a lot quicker,
Mm.
in my opinion.
Mm.
Um, and like I think like I can be really successful if I just do what I'm doing right now with cold calling and reselling, you know, because I never put in this much work consistently. And again, it's just that discipline that I've been lacking, and it's been doing really good so far since I met you, you know, and you've been helping me out. So I'm just like, man, and then so just all these different things, and it's like I was looking at freaking AI lawnmowers, like to like I'm like, dude, all these landscaping companies are paying so much for labor, and now let me see if there's like AI lawnmowers, and I was looking at AI lawnmowers, and I'm like, dude, if I can get a fleet of AI lawnmowers and just start a lawnmower business, you know. So then that, and then I was like, and then all these contractors that I've been talking to, I've been following a lot of these local investors, how they've been struggling with contractors, and it's like, dude, I know a bunch of contractors here, and some that do really good, like two that do really good work, and it's like, well, what if I just become a contractor and I just start freaking, you know? So all these ideas are coming, but just like I don't want to get to a point where I was before I moved to Ohio, where I just have my hand on so many things, and I'm not just focusing on one thing. You
I
know?
think you answered. Okay, so my 2 cents. I think you kind of answering yourself a little bit. So this is normal. This happens to everybody when we go through that long grind. When we start doubting our abilities, if this is going to ever work and whatnot, then we start looking at it's the shiny object syndrome. This is normal. I mean, I'm going through that all the time. Look, I'm almost a year and a half into this, and I don't think I'm getting the results I want. You know what I mean? I just had a meeting before you with my social media guy about how to get the view count up. It's like hit a certain level, then plateau, and then when you reposition the channel, then you look at your vanity metrics going down, and it's like going through the same thing. But I think if you look at what you've done in the past, and you're like, okay, so you don't want to get into the same rhythm or habit of like switching jobs or careers or businesses because this got hard, so I wanted something else looked more tempting. I think that's the danger now, that you look at the reselling, you look at the whatever, starting a new business, being a contractor, being stuff like that, because all of those things get hard at some point as well. So think about it this way. So in real estate, you have X number of years under your belt. And when it comes to finding opportunities, cold calling or whatever you do now, like generating leads, you already have let's say a 6-month head start or a 20-year head start, depending on how you look at the value chain of this business. So you're paying down your ignorance debt. You've started paying down that like so many years ago, and you're so many years ahead of that version of Gerardo who would start a lawn mowing company from scratch, because you need to pay down your ignorance debt in every business no matter what, and you can pay it down in 2 ways: time or money. Time, you just learn it by doing it, or money, you pay somebody who teaches you the lessons and you follow their exact footprint, but still it takes a while. So I think this is normal. My advice to you is that, okay, nothing is forever. This is gonna just disappear, this feeling, and you will thank yourself later when you just stick with this. And if you need short-term cash, let's look at different options for that. Maybe you could get a so-called job short-term that helps you pay some of those bills. But I would my recommendation to you is to think long and hard about the ignorance debt concept. See what I mean? So there's the cost of not knowing what you don't know. You know what I mean? And now in real estate, you've already paid down the other half of it. You know what you don't know. See what I mean? If you get into anything else, you start from scratch. And first you need to know what you don't know and then fill in the gap after the fact. See what I mean? So there's a two parts process. So that's how I look at it. And I'm just saying that whatever you decide, be mindful of regret down the road so that you don't make a decision that you regret, like you have regretted pivoting too early in the past. See what I mean? So learning in life is the same as same circumstances, new behavior. You know what I mean? And of course, sometimes certain situations force our hand. You know what I mean? Like cash, money, bills stacking up, whatnot could be one of those things. But still, I would consider you to think long and hard as far as switching stuff. Can I, get supplemental income from somewhere else where I can still stay on this path? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Maybe maybe an option would be, I don't know, this guy in Columbus. They're hiring wholesale people. Okay, maybe you cut a deal with him saying that, okay, well, you guys, let's say you put 100 deals under contract every year. That's 2 per week. They are local. Do you need anybody who's seasoned, who could go and take a look at the properties, give you rehab estimates? I can help you with that if you can help me with this.
Well, that was my whole mentality about this, is that, I would grind to do the cold calling, which is something that I've been wanting to not be afraid of. And if I'm doing all the cold calling, and eventually I'm putting in work and I'm getting deals, that was the other thing that I was thinking that would give me the opportunity to be able to move up quicker and help out with him doing that, because I know he's out there.
Yeah.
Like I saw him put a YouTube video on where they're walking a property, and the guys he was walking the property with didn't know what they were talking about, and he was kind of teaching them, like, this is what you look at, this is what this is what that is, this is what we want to do, and I'm like, well, that's stuff that I would have known.
Yeah, exactly. But that's what I'm saying about the ignorance debt. Remember, if you're passionate about real estate going forward, you want to do that. So don't throw away that ignorance debt that you've already paid down. You know what I mean? Starting something new, you're going to start from scratch. And certain business rules and principles apply regardless of the industry, for sure. But think long and hard. And I'm not against in any way. I actually encourage you to talk to this guy. I think the more people you talk to, the better off you are. And lay the cards on the table. Say that, okay, here's where I'm at. So I need these gap fillers as far as my value chain goes, how to get better. First and foremost, if that's your goal, to still support your own business, grow it, right? But here, okay, I need something as a gap filler short term, knowledge and cash maybe. Can I help you in a certain way? You know what I mean? Maybe you get the so-called cold calling principles, scripts, process from him in exchange for you helping him with something. And then maybe you guys hit it off and you find the connection, you know what I mean? And you never know what happens. But I think it's a good idea that you go and reach out and you say, okay, well, I just, like you told me, so here's a wild idea. Here's what I started thinking about, and see what he says.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
To be honest. Yeah. I'm thinking, well, I'm going to see him. I'm going to go to his meetup tomorrow.
Yeah.
I can talk to him tomorrow.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't. So give yourself. This tough times. This is how you get to test what you're made out of. You know what I mean? The personal stuff we talked about. These things. They all they feel like it's overwhelming right now. They are overwhelming, but nothing is forever. Remember that. There's always a way.
Before I forget, the other thing I was thinking too is like, my money making opportunity right now is stuck on that freaking flip that I haven't even been able to start, because I have 2 investors already ready to go on that flip, and it's already been like 2 months because Title found a loan in 2000 of $40K that they're trying to figure out if it was paid. And so like that's preventing me from jumping on other deals because I have this money waiting to get into this deal, and that's the only money that I have to be able to get
Why
into
is it
this deal.
taking so long for them?
Because they're trying to first find out they find out the bank that originally had the loan went out of business.
Okay.
And so they're trying to find out which servicing company it was transferred to or which other bank it was transferred to. And then since they don't have authorization from that owner back then, it's a lot more difficult. And then they have to go into their archives and research. Supposedly
Understood.
that's what they told me, but I've had to keep following up. And finally I talked to the owner of the title company.
Yeah.
And she kind of explained to me how everything works, but it's just like, I wasn't getting any updates, so I didn't know if you guys were following up with these banks, so that's why I kept following up every week.
Did they have any? Do they have any timeline for that or target date as far as when it's?
Well, she emailed me and said that they're going into their archives, and I think they said it was going to be like 5 to 10 days.
Yeah.
And it's already been like a month and a half, I think, to 2 months since we.
Call again. Call fucking every week. That would be my answer. Call every week. Become the most annoying guy in the whole planet. Squeaky wheel gets the oil. Remember this always. You know, if you call them every day, it's like they will do at some point whatever it takes to get rid of you.
Yeah.
But another way to look at it is that, okay, if this is something that you think is taking way too long, could you sell your share or your portion of that deal to these other investors just to release some of them?
Yeah, that's what we've talked about, because the thing is, the problem is that he got it under contract under a payment plan before actually closing on it. So he is making payments with interest.
I'm sorry, I don't understand. How's that possible?
Yeah, so like basically you're the wholesaler.
Yeah.
I'm the investor. We have a contract to purchase the property. So this is the first time.
Yeah.
He's not an experienced investor. He's just a contractor, and this was the first deal that he was buying. So he doesn't know about title. He doesn't know about the right process to purchase a property. So he was literally just going to pay and then get a quick claim deed, I guess.
Do you have any money tied up in that, or are you just waiting for it to kind of like clear up, and then you put your part of the deal into escrow?
I helped him make a couple payments, but I made a contract with him for that amount of money. So it's basically like a loan from me to him.
Okay, is that like, have you paid most of it already, or is it like, is there some sort of other payment structure?
I think he was buying it for $13K, and he's probably paid maybe like 7 or 8 already. Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would just follow up try to put a lot of pressure on that thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
So then once that title thing is clear, is there a chance that that's like, what happens if it's like, well, the money that he paid, that's in escrow, right?
No.
No?
No.
Okay.
This was all before we even went to title.
Oh, before. Okay, got it. Okay.
Yeah.
What happens if what happens if there's a, like that 40K lien? What happens if it pops up somewhere and it's still valid?
Well, I'm not. I mean, it doesn't make sense. I'm not going to buy the property.
No, of course not. Of course not. But I'm just saying that
he has to deal with the investor or the wholesaler,
because there was no title insurance in place when he started making payments already.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see what you mean. And how much are you buffering? How much money are you reserving for that rehab or your remaining portion to? I mean, you know what I mean? So like, how much are you holding on to? Because it becomes an opportunity cost.
Well, I don't have anything right now, because it's all the investor, the private money. They all have the money. They're just waiting for me. Well, I gave all the information to title, so they're just waiting for title to ask them to wire the funds. Yeah.
But other than the 2 payments that you made or helped him make.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it.
Okay. What's your upside on that? Well, how much are you leaving? You know what I mean?
Yeah. I'm trying to really minimize the construction cost, because supposedly I was going to get the construction cost at wholesale. So I was hoping to be all in at like 90, and then comps are showing like 130. But because we're going to do everything brand new, I'm hoping we can do like 150. Yeah, but I'm still working on the construction bids and the labor costs and all that.
So I'm just thinking about like short-term money-making opportunities. So if there was, let's say if you talk to a homeowner or an agent approached you or whatever, and there was a flip opportunity, would you be able to pull the trigger on that right now?
I mean, I guess it would depend. I'd have to pull out credit cards. That would be the only way.
Yeah, I'm just thinking about the short-term opportunities. So wholesaling is then the best option in that sense.
Yeah.
Could you? I mean, like if I would I mean, this is just how I look at it. I mean, this is what I would probably do. And again, for what it's worth, this is my 2 cents. So if I was in your situation, here's probably what I would do. I know myself, I could not deviate from that plan of making X number of calls a day, knowing that I need to get that, I need to build my pipeline, I need to be able to figure that out. Okay.
Yeah.
In addition to that, I would probably ask myself, okay, what's the shortest path to cash right now? And knowing what you're good at, you know rehabs, you know how to manage projects and whatnot. So what if you contacted this Columbus guy and other wholesalers in the business and say, hey, look, okay, this is what I need right now. I'm a little short or whatever. Bills are stacking up. I need a couple of short-term opportunities just to make sure that I can bridge this gap. Say, okay, here's what I'm really good at. I understand how to rehab these properties. I've done, tens or hundreds of them, and I have tenants and whatnot. I can do you a favor and do a solid, and let's say tour your properties for you, the ones you have under contract. I'm good with people. I can give you rehab estimates, and I can give you first and foremost the best value for money plan. So whenever you are shopping that, it's based off of something that comes from a seasoned guy. You know what I mean? And then you understand what I'm saying. So I don't know who they are using right now. Maybe they try to train their own people, or they use their contractors. And then you would need to understand, okay, what is that the wholesaler needs, so I can do it during the same day. I will provide you accurate estimates, make it as easy as possible for you, provide value. You know what I mean? So that you can start flipping it right away, or start advertising it to your people, so that it comes in a comprehensive way. You know what I mean? And maybe you collect then, I don't know what the fee is, between $100 and $500 a property. Oh, I don't know. I'm just, you figure that out. That's what I probably would do if I were in your shoes. Call everybody up and start saying, okay, here's what I do, and this is how I could bridge the gap between now and where I want to go going forward.
So you're saying talk to the wholesalers, and then
the guys who, like, let's say this one, 100 deals a year. That means that they put on average 2 properties under contract every week. I would imagine that their headache right there and then is when they talk to somebody, they need to understand. They need to get somebody out there real quick to take pictures. And based on what I remember, I've been on their mailing list, remember, too, like you are. So first and foremost, their rehab estimates were never really that accurate. They really didn't understand. They always underestimated them. They've never really had accurate ideas as far as what to do, what not to do, and what not. So what if you were the guy who bridged that gap, so that you made it possible for them to flip that contract, whatever is under contract, as quickly as possible by providing pictures, by providing accurate estimates and project management timelines based on your experience, so that it's not based on fluff. It's based on actual real life proof of doing so and so many of these. See what I mean? And you could charge a flat fee per property you tour, something that they already have under contract. You know what I mean? Or you can even make it easy for them to say, okay, if you're negotiating with somebody, send me over there. I can go and help you out and see if it's worth your time. Maybe that's even an angle. You know what I mean? And then you negotiate a deal based off of whatever they're closing. So let's say somebody, let's say, I don't know if this is their need, but talk to them and say, hey, what's your biggest problem right now? My biggest problem is that when I talk to schools, because what they want to do, think about it from a wholesaler's perspective. They don't want to leave their office. They want to sit on their ass and do as many calls as possible, put the volume in, right? And then get something under contract real quick. How do they know whatever they put under contract is accurate? They probably ask the homeowner to take a few pictures. Then they run their comps. But what if, talk to this guy, the Columbus guy, and somebody else too. What's your biggest problem right now? What's your biggest headache? Is it the accuracy of the description of the property by the homeowner? Because they, of course, want to inflate the price or the value of the property. Is it the quality of the pictures? And are you getting burned because you are overestimating, underestimating, depending what you look at, what metric you're looking at? What if I was the guy who came in for free in the beginning and gave you the estimates so that you would be able to negotiate better with them, and then whatever you put under contract is accurate? And then if those that are the ones that I toured, went to see, became actual deals, then you give me a share or a flat fee based on the one I looked at.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
What do you think about it?
Yeah. I mean, I the only thing that I've gotten from them is just, them wanting to pay me like $75 to take pictures of the house. So.
But what if you were just like the ones who gave them something more? See what I mean? Try to figure out what is that. What is his biggest problem right now?
Right, and then, but like you said, like if it'd be more up to them that if they close a deal, then I can get paid.
Yeah.
And that's like no risk for them. And then eventually, once I can start buying properties, then they'll give me first dibs on them.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Okay.
I think this all boils down to reaching out to as many people as possible. What if, using that same opportunity, I don't know, I'm just thinking out loud. What if that thing that you provide, that service you provide that you just mentioned, okay, you're very good at that. Remember this. So you go into a property, you've done so many rehabs, you know how to rehab it from a flip perspective, how to turn it into a long-term rental, and maybe how to turn it into a mid to short-term rental as well. You know all that stuff. What if you started talking to the real estate agents as well and saying that, okay, hey, do you guys have any properties that are in kind of a semi-rough shape that you're going to list anyhow? I'm not trying to kind of like give you my elevator pitch about how I should buy before it hits the MLS. I get that. You have the obligation to sell it, list it, whatever, do whatever you want. Is there a way, or do you need help from anybody who's done this before as far as going to take a look at the property so you don't have to, who gives you accurate estimates that then makes your future listing so much better, and you can close faster, and you get paid faster? See what I mean? You could do the same thing, exact same thing, but from a different angle for a different cohort.
Yeah.
Maybe it's not an opportunity, but you
No,
never know.
I'm just thinking like if I would know the estimates, because I would have to. I mean, the estimates that I get, like I would want them to get an estimate from like a legitimate company, and like for me, it's like I get more like
I know what you mean.
estimates from like subcontractors where I have to keep an eye on them, but it's a lot less expensive.
I understand, but
know?
you're smart, you give them both. Here's the project management way, and here's the general contractor way. So you just inflate the numbers by 15 to 20%. This is what you would pay if you hired a general contractor, their overhead, their insurance and whatnot, their labor. So here's how, you don't have to say what you do. It's like, you know exactly what it would cost if you did it. That's the project management way. Like if you were to hire like individual contractors, or if you just wanted to do one part of it, Like, what would it cost for me? I mean, like, so let's say the real estate agent might actually have an issue in his or her hands saying that, okay, I would like to list this, but I already now know that it's not in good enough shape for families to move in as is. It might be in bad enough shape for investors because the discount isn't good enough. So what if I get my traditional family or traditional buyer lined up? So what if they just want to replace the windows and the roof? I would like to understand what that is instead of like getting several bids. Maybe I call Gerardo and he's the guy who goes and takes a look at it and gives me two numbers. Okay, here's what happens if you just, hire a roofing contractor. Here's what happens if you do the roof, the stucco and the windows by hiring a general contractor. Here's what it would cost. And that would help them a lot probably. And they can help the future buyers when they list it by having that accurate information. I don't know. I'm just seeing that one service could hit different cohorts.
Yeah.
Wholesalers, by you then giving them that estimate that the future flippers would appreciate, and then in this case it's the real estate agent who might need the similar info just for the listing purposes. I'm just trying to come up with ways how to generate short-term cash
Right, yeah.
by utilizing what you are good at.
Yeah. Okay.
And you never know if you do that. Imagine how many new people you would be able to contact and talk to, and they see, okay, well, he's also an investor himself, by the way. He's a trustworthy guy. You deliver on time, you may keep your promise, and it's like, well, I mean, hey, did you know that I have this new one coming? I don't know. I know you're in this business, so would you be interested? And you never know what happens. You know what I mean? Wouldn't be the first time. When I started back in the day, I literally told real estate agents because I knew it was an uphill battle. I told them that, look, if you need anything, I had no knowledge back then, literally. But I still told them that, look, if you want somebody to go over there and take pictures and give you repair estimates, I can do that for you. Just for free. No obligations.
Yeah.
Just to show you that I keep
Yeah.
my promises.
Yeah.
That's all I mean, I didn't do it for many people, but some,
Yeah.
And one of them just ended up becoming one of my go-to guys. I don't know. So,
Okay.
but I'm just thinking that how can we keep you in the game without you starting from scratch and regretting it later by you having to pay down the ignorance debt again yet in another business?
Yeah. Well, I mean, the selling, that's why the selling of clothes and all that, like, I have experience in that. So that's
Yes.
why I was kind of going
Yes.
towards
Yes.
thinking about that. And then just a bunch of ideas started
Yeah.
flooding me after, this
And
weekend.
I'm not criticizing you in any way. It's perfectly normal. That's why we have this
Yeah.
conversation, right?
Yeah. Yeah. The other thing I was thinking too, just another thought that I had was like, for sellers that, like, I got one, I think I told you about the guy that wanted to sell. You've been helping with that guy, but I'm not gonna be able to buy it at that price. But like, he's thinking about fixing it up and then selling it, and I was like, I wonder if there's like a need to. Again, this is more of the contractor side of it, like where I can do the repairs and then to get a better price on the sale, and then just have them pay after the house sells, and you're not coming out of pocket.
It's not a bad idea.
Yeah, but that means I would have to start like a contractor's company.
Or you could just like do the same thing with him. That do you want me to put together a plan for you? And you could also approach the guy if we use the same analogy or thinking that I just gave you about these two cohorts. So maybe if you approach this guy and say, hey, I know we talked and I'm trying to convince you to sell. That's not why I call. I'm calling you just to see what you think about this idea. Okay? What if I gave you, so you're interested in fixing it up? I don't think it's a good idea. So since I've done quite a few of these, what if I put together a list of recommended repairs for you that you can choose from, so to say, and then I will tell you that this is based on my experience the biggest return on investment or has the highest ROI. And then, like you said, then I give you access to these subcontractors. I can even manage the project if you want because it's not a big deal for you. and it's going to cost you X. And then the retail price for this same thing, if you hire these people, would be X plus 10%. So what if, when the property sells, we have a contract where you pay me back half of that, what you saved, as an example?
Yeah, I threw the idea to him where basically we would partner up. I would put in the money for the repairs, and then we split the profits. But he said no. He just wanted to be done with it. That's what he said. So what I'm thinking, but I mean that's a good idea too. I was just thinking of just telling him like it's not going to work, but he might even be able to just sell it as is on the market. So I was thinking of just telling him like you might be able to just sell it on the market as is, and not have to even put the repairs in.
Because the thing is, as you know, it's hard to, if you don't know really what you're doing, if you don't repair everything, if you don't do a full-blown investor flip type thing, it's going to be really hard to choose what things to fix and what not. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think he has only two options: as is or a full-blown rehab.
Yeah, and I don't think the full-blown rehab he's going to do.
Yeah, and how is he going to be in a position to know what to do and what not to do?
Right. Yeah.
And then what materials to choose, what sells and what not, what does the people appreciate?
Yeah.
But I mean, it's not your problem, but it's just.
Yeah. Oh, and then so yesterday, my God, man, I went for a run in the morning. I'm like, I hadn't gone on a run, and it was really nice. It's not as hot anymore, so I'm like, I feel like going on a run, but that just freaking got me so exhausted afterwards, like so tired and heavy and stuff, and my mind just seemed super tired, and so all of that, and then everything that I just talked to you about, kind of all added. It's like, I think I text you like around 4 o'clock my time, and that's normally I try to finish by like 11 or 12 my calls, and I just.
But it doesn't matter. Like I said, it doesn't matter. You did it.
Yeah.
And this is the thing that you just. I mean, imagine how much stronger you are, man. I mean,
dude, and I appreciate like the way that you handled it, and kind of just told me like, hey, you've done really good. Like, if you're good right now, like that's fine, and that's normally what I want to hear, and it's like when I hear that, it's like, all right, cool, then I can stop, but because I've just, you've kind of helped me rewire my mind, and just thinking of everything, it's like, no, I can do it, I'm going to be freaking dragging my feet, but I'm going to keep pushing, and I would do like 5 or 10 calls and then take a break, 5 or 10 calls and then take a break.
That's okay. I think that's fine.
Any other way, man, I would have stopped at. I think I texted you, I had like 46 calls.
46 or 7, yeah.
That was hard to come by.
But don't you? But how did you feel after the fact when you went to bed that night?
Well, dude, the last call that I made, it was a guy that was living in Las Vegas, and he told me that he's willing to sell his property here. He's got a 2-bedroom, 1-bath. I think he wanted a little too much for it. And then he said he had a 5-unit in somewhere Canton or something, which is like 2.5 hours away, 2.5 hours away. And I had asked him if he was open to doing a line contract, like seller finance. And he said he was. So, but I looked it up, and I think it's a 4-unit, not a 5-unit, which actually might be better because I can possibly just get a 30-year loan on it. But if I can get a land contract, and he's saying he was getting like $38K a year. So I just
in rent. Or cash flow.
Yeah. Well, no, I think total. I think gross.
Yeah.
And so I just kind of divided that by 2. So it's like 19,000 divided by 12. So he was making maybe like 1,500 a month. So like if he can maybe give me like a monthly payment of $500 or $600, depending on, he says all the rents are low. I don't know what the rents are.
What's his mortgage? What's his payment plan for that, or like what are the payment?
No, I think he's got them all paid off.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, okay. It's all
Yeah,
paid off.
yeah. So I mean, the building looks like it's in really bad condition.
So he
Um,
has headaches there with the tenants and stuff.
maybe
Maybe.
suppose. Yeah,
Go take a. I mean, but see the last call. I mean, you got two leads all of a sudden. You
yeah,
know, the
yeah.
2-1 and a fiveplex or fourplex
Right.
or
Just like
five
that.
unit.
He was, you know,
Had you
and I
stopped at 46, that would have never happened.
exactly. Yeah,
See,
yeah.
this is the thing. This is
And also, I started my text messaging campaign now.
good.
So
I
that's
mean, what you go through, and this is the reason why we talk. I think the biggest, I mean, value, but I mean, like, I think one of the biggest reasons why we talk is that whenever we have those tough days when feelings take over, then there's a way to hash those out, go back and forth, and then hopefully you see a little more light at the end of the tunnel. But I like I said, just go back and see what is that you regret now. And one of the things you have said about regretting when it comes to your past is that you quit too early and you just looked at the shiny objects. Don't make the same mistake because learning is same circumstances, new behavior. So you have made so much progress. This is the ignorance that you would have to pay in any other business too. Going through these hassles, build this muscle up of psychological endurance or whatever the right word is,
yeah,
right? You know, like
yeah.
being able to persevere and go through the hard times, face adversity and whatnot. So I just, and find a way how to stay in the game. Look at it this way: stay in the game. Just fucking stay in the game. And maybe by
Well,
the way to stay in the game is to look at a little bit of a side hustle that still supports your business, so that you can just fight another day. Fight another day.
yeah. I talked to my girlfriend, and we were just talking about like if first off, if all my units are rented, I'd be good.
Hmm.
I'd
Okay,
be good.
what prevents you from what stops you from having them all rented right now?
Oh, right now, I mean, I'm trying to be aggressive right now on the rents. Like every week, I'm like I literally just listed them like 2 weeks ago, and every week I'm doing like half month off. Then the following week I'm doing a full month off. Then the following week I'm dropping at 25, half month off, and
Yeah, got it.
so because in that area that I have those, there's like 12 or 15 fourplexes in that same
Yeah.
block. And there's some that are renting for like 900, 975, but they've been there for like 3 or 4 months and they haven't been rented.
What's your price right now?
Right now it's at 825 with $50 for water, sewer, and trash.
Okay, so that should be competitive. If the ones that are over 9 don't rent or don't, they are not, quote unquote selling or renting. Um, what is that? Is there comps? I mean, what are the lowest available comps?
I mean, the ones that I've been seeing in that, well, in that apartment complex, the lowest one I see right now, I think is 900.
And you
But
are
in
at
that,
825,
it's 875. Yeah,
875.
875. And in that area, though, there's really nothing below like maybe 750.
What do you think the main reason is? Is price the only thing? Is there just too much supply overall, or is it just has the market died down a little bit now all of a sudden?
Well, I think that from what I've been hearing from the experts is they were saying like this year to the next, like this year to 2 years is going to be pretty stagnant, and then you're going to have to give concessions
Yeah.
when renting.
Because
And
of
he's like, and
supply
right now,
has.
yeah, right. Well, I don't. I think he was just saying because of like the interest rates, the economy, just everything that's going on right now. There's a lot of uncertainty, and he's like, right now, he's like, I don't recommend you raising rents. Keep your tenants. Um, so
Why I wonder, what would you, um, I wonder, would it make sense? I mean, how many do you have tenants in the same area in other buildings?
yeah,
Okay. What do you think? I mean, would it make sense to call these people? I'm just trying to see if you could get some information out of these existing tenants that like, okay, well, just curious. I have a couple of these units available, and just wondering. Of course, I know you don't want to rock the boat. This is always a delicate thing with the existing. I
Yeah.
know it too, but I wonder if there's a way for you to, if there is somebody who you trust, say, okay, well, somebody who recently moved in, asking, I wonder what made you choose this area and this building and this so-called. I assume it's in good condition or whatever the condition it's in.
Yeah.
So it's like just wondering if there is something that you can offer them that incentivizes that they find important that you're potentially missing. What does value mean to them? You know what I mean? Is it moving assistance?
Yeah.
Is it coming up with the security deposit? You know what I mean? It's like, what do you think people value? You know, if there's a way for you to find out, then you know maybe the rent is not the thing. Maybe the thing is that people need moving assistance. Maybe they don't have the security deposit. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it's like, then you can, maybe you are unnecessarily dropping the price. Maybe you should be doing something else to incentivize. Maybe it's pets allowed. Maybe, I don't know, providing a
Yeah.
landline phone. I don't fucking know.
The last two feedbacks that I've gone, because I've posted this like in like Mexican shops and whatnot, is that the living room was too small, and then it doesn't have AC.
Hmm. Okay.
So people are putting AC units on the window.
Okay. What if
That's
you
what they
installed an AC, or you put it in that, don't come up with the cash up front. Maybe just like say that AC will be installed. AC is their window unit will be installed by the landlord.
My concern is that if there's any issues with the AC, then I'm going to be responsible for it.
What I mean, you probably will be, or I would say you are going to be. But if it's a pretty new or brand new unit, what are the chances of that? You know what I mean? But now every month it's vacant. You know what I mean? That's going to cost you a lot.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think the AC thing is probably huge. It's still summertime. You still have, you know, August and September of hot, semi-humid months. So when people are like seeing that, I think there's a lot there to look into.
Or maybe do something where, hey, you buy an AC unit and we can reimburse you or something like that. Just so I don't have to be, because it's just, I'm trying, when I do those, there's a lot of things that I don't add, like I don't add a microwave because then the tenants just don't take care of it, and then I don't want to be responsible for having to fix that. The garbage disposal, I don't put that. Those get damaged real easily. You know, I just try to minimize the calls for repairs.
I understand.
You know,
I understand. But then how you have to weigh obviously is that okay. So if it doesn't go, if that's the way how you can get it rented, then it's probably worth it because then you just price it in. You know, maybe the thing is not to drop the price. Maybe the thing is to just have the AC. And maybe, I mean, does the security deposit come to you, or does it go into an escrow account?
yeah, it goes to the property manager.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
I would look into that because it could be that you're looking at another.
Well, the units that are like 900, those also have AC.
Yeah.
And those have AC, and those are still not rented either.
Okay.
There's a 900.
Are they comparable to yours, floor plan wise and stuff, and size wise?
Yeah, they're exactly the same.
Okay.
Yeah.
But that to me tells if yours is 875, no AC, and they are 900 and with AC, you just too expensive still.
Yeah. Yeah.
What
So,
I mean,
I got some tenants across that are paying 850 and 825 with no AC.
Do they install an AC themselves after the fact?
Yeah. Yeah. Most, if not all of them install a window unit.
I think that thing is a good idea to have it say that it gets reimbursed, or like yeah, they take care of it and then reimburse
just
after.
say you'll be responsible for any repairs. We only provide it, but
I wouldn't put in the ad. It would be in the contract, just to make sure that you create attention first in a maximum way, and then you can introduce that clause when they come and see it, obviously before they sign the contract. That's how I would do it. But the other thing is that what's your when can you still? What are your expenses with that? I mean, what's your cash flow with, and what's your break even point? Let's ask. Let me put it this way: with rent.
In that building,
No, with that unit, meaning how much do you have to make in order to cover your debt service overall? You know what I mean? Because now it's vacant, you make zero money. So if your rent is 875 now, how much do you need to make in rent in order for you to be cash flow positive at the end of the day?
I mean, they were originally renting for 600, and I was cash flowing
Okay, so
when they were all rented.
okay. So how many do you have vacant in that building?
Three,
Three.
two that are rent ready, and one that just got out.
Okay. Okay, so
Yeah.
three altogether. And you would need to,
Yeah.
but so do you have a 30-year fixed on it, or how's it financed?
Yeah,
Okay.
30 year fixed.
And so it's a triplex,
Four.
fourplex. Okay. So your how much do you need to get from those 4 units every month in order for the deal to pencil out? See what I mean? So
Yeah.
4 times X minus property manager and expenses and your debt
Right.
service.
Um, like, so like 450.
450. So it's a good deal for you. 450 per unit.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Oh wow. I would just like.
Because my mortgage is like 1200, and then I do like 600 for all other expenses.
Got it.
You know,
That's a very good. That's a very good
so
deal
like
for you.
1800.
Yeah. Okay. So what I would probably do is that I would drop the price. I would put the AC in there, try to promote the ad if there's a way to promote the ad, and then put the AC comment there about, yeah, AC will be available either by, like, leave it open or whatever, but just making sure that it's there. I think it's huge. And then I would drop the price probably right away to 850 and add the AC and see what happens. And I would probably do the half month off. Maybe that's not a thing for people. Maybe it's the AC and making it really. If those 900 ones don't sell, or I mean don't rent, you obviously have proof of concept from the market that that's too high. So you need to
Right.
have below that. You need to be below that. Maybe you need to be even 10% below that. I don't know, but I would drop it pretty quickly because you have a healthy margin there. And then since there's always turnover, and then, if the economy supports that, you can always raise the rents when the first ones move out.
Right. Yeah.
Because now this is the most big, this is what kills every business case when there's no zero money coming in. And this gets
Right.
so, I mean, the extra 10, I mean, imagine you have 1 month of no tenants. That's, let's say, 800 plus.
Right.
So an average
Yeah.
person family stays what, 2 years, 18 months, whatever. It's like,
Yeah.
imagine how long it takes for you to get that back with the $50 higher per month rent. You know what I mean? It takes forever to recover that.
Yeah.
So you got to keep them, this rented, almost not at all costs, but
Yeah. Um, Now the AC, they're 2 story. So should I just put the AC in the living room, or just have
the
them
bedrooms
install it,
upstairs.
or yeah,
How many is there, like a upstairs hallway window, or how does it work? Or is there like a bedroom? Just how many bedrooms upstairs?
2 bedrooms.
Yeah, and obviously is it on opposite sides of the building?
What do you mean?
I mean
AC?
the bedroom. What I'm saying is that if
Yeah.
you put one
Yeah.
unit there, it's in one
Right.
bedroom, and the other one is hot as fuck.
Right. Yeah. So I would have to put like
Is there?
3 units.
Well,
One in each bedroom and one-
how did the other guys do it?
I think they would just have it in the bedroom.
In one bedroom?
Yeah.
Do you guys use the heat pumps at all in Ohio? Do you know what a heat pump is?
I think so. Just those are the old school
No,
heaters, right?
no. No, not like a heat pump where you have the outdoor unit that looks like the AC unit, like the traditional thing type of, and then you have
Oh.
then you have the ducting come inside, and then you have the indoor cassette type units on the wall. The retrofit.
Oh, like
That's
a split system?
maybe you call it. Maybe it's
It's
called
like
a split.
it's a box, and then it attaches, and then it has a big opening, and it
Yeah,
moves up and down.
that's right.
Oh, yeah.
Split, yeah. Because if you don't have ducts, that's the second best way. The window
Right.
units, in my opinion, are like,
Those are better than the window units for sure.
yeah, exactly.
But they're that much more expensive. I think if I were to install 3 of them, I might as well just get a full furnace.
well, what you can do is that you can have one outdoor unit and 2 indoor units. That's what I have like in my condo right now, because there is no ducts. I mean, I can't. There's no central, so I have one outdoor unit on my balcony, and then I have just like the like the little cooling pipes and the electrical cables inside
Yeah.
the walls, and then they have like the indoor units in
Yeah.
the hall and in the living room.
Right.
No, I mean that's fine. How much are the window units per, roughly?
I don't know, like maybe $400 or $500.
Yeah.
think.
So that's like, if you add 3, that's 1,500. It's a
Yeah.
lot. Well, maybe just do 2, maybe in the master upstairs and the one, yeah, living room in the, downstairs. Yeah. Yeah. I think you have to. That's my opinion.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna.
I think this is actually probably one of your priorities operationally, in my opinion, because you want to get those cash flowing right away. Because you would be in a much better place with the money coming in.
Okay. Oh shit! It's 10:13 already. Okay. A lot of info.
A lot of info today. So
Yeah.
let's recap. So I think first and foremost, keep doing what you do. Definitely reach out to that wholesaler guy.
Yeah.
See how you're
Yeah.
gonna
I'll
add
talk to
value.
him tomorrow.
How you're gonna add, what is that he needs? Maybe the idea that I suggested is not the thing. I don't know, but I think try to think outside the box. What is that you have a proven track record of? I mean, how can you utilize short term your expertise?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think that would be one way how you could jump into that real quick by not doing anything. I mean, just have the knowledge and the skill set. And then the thing is to focus on that short term cash flow. But I think like just maybe I would just like drop the rent. You can always raise it when they leave, you know?
Right.
It's much better to get 800 or 825 rather than nothing.
Yeah. Yeah.
When they still
Yeah.
cash flow really well.
Right. Right. And I need that cash flow.
Yeah, I think then you just gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah.
I would drop it right now at least 25, and I would try with the AC
So
stuff.
I have it. What did I say? Let's see. I told her to drop it to 800 plus 50 for water, sewer, and trash, and half month off. So that's 850. What should I drop it down to? 825.
Oh, okay, so you already have it there. I would just maybe keep it there and add the AC only.
Okay.
I would do that. Add the AC option and keep the price the way it is. Then in that case.
Okay. I have 2 of them, so maybe I'll just add it to 1 and see if that helps.
I don't know if you need to have 2 separate ads if they're identical.
No, like just. No, well, no, I was saying because there's like a corner unit, and then there's like like a middle unit. So the corner unit has more windows.
Got it. Okay.
But I'm saying for the AC, because she has both of them advertised. But should I do AC unit in both? Advertise it as AC unit in both?
I think so. I think that's what people need. That's what people want. You want to separate yourself from the rest of the pack. You want the money. It's better for you to. This is going to cost you so much if another month goes by and you're missing out on, 1,600. You know what I mean? You pay back the ACs with 1 month of, and that's a tax deductible expense for you anyhow.
Oh, no, they're like one. seen them at like 150, 160.
Plus
Rooms
installation.
up to 150 square feet.
Yeah, that's like for a small bedroom then. You need that's good for a bedroom, but then you need, then I would add one in the other bedroom upstairs if you can get one for like 150. You know what I mean, for a bedroom, and then maybe a larger one for the downstairs, a master. I mean, like the living room.
230 for a 250 square foot.
Yeah, that would be good. You're looking at $500 for material cost for one unit.
Yeah.
It's not bad. Less than 1 month of rent, you know, and then that's an expense that's tax deductible, of course.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. Yeah, it's a good idea.
I think that makes a lot of sense. I will keep the price now the way it is because you have the credit built in, and then just like add it to both units, like both apartments.
So should I
options.
add three
Then I
units?
would do 3 if they're that cheap, 150 a pop. I mean 2 bedrooms upstairs and two
Yeah.
for bedroom, 2 for upstairs and 1 for downstairs.
Yeah. But I'd have to install them after they move in then, because obviously I wouldn't want to leave the window open.
That's right. That's fine.
I'm sure it'd be pretty easy to install them. If they're doing it, I guess. Okay.
Yeah, electrical is the only thing.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Probably comes with the retrofit piece to just like fit it into that.
Yeah. Right. I'm gonna research that today.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, prioritize the cash flow, I would say, and then talk to the
Yeah.
guy. It's interesting. Text me as far as I wanna see what he says and what you can come up with, and ask him. I mean, I would approach it in such a way that ask him what he needs. You know what I mean?
I might call you tomorrow. What time do you go to sleep normally? 9 or 10?
10:30 ish, sometimes 11 p.m. So that's like
Okay,
4 p.m. your time is when I absolutely go at the really. But text me first and
We're
then
7 hours, no?
yeah.
7?
So you're 4 p.m. there when I'm 11 p.m. here.
Okay. So yeah, I'll text you, see if you're available.
Yeah.
Just kind of.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Perfect.
Okay.
Man.
Cool.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you, sir.
Take care.
All right.
Okay, talk to you.
All right,
Bye. Bye. Okay, guys, that was not a marathon call, but that was one of my clients. So you heard what we discussed. A lot of emojis. How's it going? Thank you. So yeah, what we covered, my afternoon meeting with my social media manager, and then a client meeting, and that's about it. Now I'm gonna go home, cook some dinner for the kids, get ready for tomorrow, work another, I don't know, 2, 3, 4 hours tonight, get ready with my scripts, and then tomorrow morning, doing it all over. Any other questions before I call it a day here? This was a pretty long live. 2 hours and 20 minutes. Oh. No, actually 2 hours and, no, 2 hours. No, what? 120, no, 2 hours and 20, yeah. Jeez. Anyhow, okay, if not, I thank you for your participation, all the comments, questions. So again, I'll let you know when my next one takes place. So thanks, cheers, bye.